In the quiet town of Bethlehem, a child named Jesus was born to Mary, a simple young woman, and Joseph, a modest carpenter. However, this birth was unlike any other. The ancient prophets had foretold his coming, calling him the Messiah, the light to the nations, and the hope of humanity. As news of this miraculous birth spread, King Herod, fearing for his throne, ordered the massacre of innocent children, but guided by divine visions, Mary and Joseph fled to Egypt with the young Jesus. As a child, Jesus already demonstrated remarkable wisdom. At the age of 12, he engaged in deep discussions about the scriptures with temple scholars, leaving them amazed by his understanding. Yet, it was only at the age of 30 that he began his public mission, which would change the course of history. He chose 12 disciples, from fishermen to tax collectors, to help him spread his message of transformation. The miracles performed by Jesus were astonishing. He healed the sick, gave sight to the blind, turned water into wine, and even brought the dead back to life, affirming his divine power. His teachings, centered on love, forgiveness, and faith, drew great crowds. He used simple parables to convey profound truths, making the divine accessible to all. However, his growing popularity alarmed the religious leaders and Roman authorities. They saw Jesus as a threat and conspired against him, manipulating one of his disciples, Judas, to betray him for 30 pieces of silver. The events unfolded swiftly. Jesus was falsely accused, handed over to the Roman governor Pontius Pilate, and though Pilate recognized his innocence, he was sentenced to crucifixion. On the cross, after enduring hours of pain and mockery, Jesus spoke moving words, "Father, forgive them." Revealing his boundless mercy and love, his body was taken down and placed in a tomb, sealed with a large stone. Yet 3 days later, the tomb was found empty. Jesus had risen. For 40 days, he appeared to his disciples and others, reaffirming his teachings and emphasizing the power of faith. Finally, he ascended into heaven, leaving behind the promise of the Holy Spirit, a divine guide for all believers and the foundation of Christianity. And so, the story of Jesus became the beginning of a new era, teaching the world the power of love, faith, and forgiveness.